No, it's true though.
How you lot's gonna handle the pressure of being, let's say by God's grace, you are rich and we probably are gonna be famous because we're out there, innit? So how do you not think you're gonna handle that kind of like presence and?
I think just remembering where you came from. I think just remember the humble beginnings, innit? Because people are too quick to forget where they came from once they blow, once they get a bit of fame. I feel like I'm a person who remembers where I came from, innit?
Yeah.
So that's how I'll humble myself anyway.
I feel like the people around me definitely keep me grounded, you get it? Because they'll understand. I feel like they understand the journey.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Now, obviously, you're going to have some days where you just want to be doing whatever. But to answer your question, like, dealing with the presence and the spotlight and that, I feel... I'm not going to say I like it, but obviously it doesn't really faze me into being the guy because I've always been that outgoing, confident guy. If no one's hands up, my hands is up. Do you get what I mean? Just for the sake of it sometimes. But again, I feel like as an industry, we're all trying to get into. You know what I mean? And you kind of have to be able to take both sides. And like I always say, like I'd rather have someone disagree with me than agree with me. Because me more... Do you get what I'm saying? More like kind of me understanding your view, your perspective as well. Because I've already got to the point where I've kind of influenced everyone else and they hear what I'm saying, but then what's the other party? I mean, it has to come from both sides.
Yeah, because you're not always right. Yeah.
Especially with all these blogs and just like social media nowadays, isn't it? Like you can have 10 great games on a ball pitch. That first game, and also you're black as well, the racism is coming. The comments are coming. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's just the life that we're living today. And man, I feel like you just have to embrace it because if you don't, then it'll just come and haunt you. You know?
You have to be vocal still. You have to be vocal. I feel like you just said as well, like, I'm down for somebody being able to change my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, we all have opinions of something. And if you actually change my opinion, like, if I tell you this is what I believe in it, and you be like, nah, Kenzo, I'm not really agreeing with that, then cool. Tell me what you think. I might even change my opinion. And I'm not ashamed to be like,
yeah, of course.
I think different now, do you get? I'm not ashamed to say that at all. Like, if you can do that, then accolades, innit? Because...
Do you feel like that will play with any of you guys, your egos and that? Because you know you have to obviously be a man. You can't take nonsense. You can't take nonsense from nobody.
No, it's not necessarily nonsense, bro. Like if you're gonna enlighten me about something, do it.
Yeah, exactly. Do
it in sense. Do it in sense.
No, 100%.
Don't just come and blag me like, I know this, and that. Do you get?
Me personally, I don't really mind coming to me and telling me like, this is what I think. And if I'm hearing it, I'm hearing it. If I'm not hearing it, I'll just tell you I'm not hearing it. Do you get? Just don't come to me like just chatting shit to me because I'm not even gonna reply to you. I'll be real, like. Just don't come talking nonsense, innit? Like, if you've got facts and you've got some substance to what you're saying, I'm hearing it. I'm here all day long. But if you just come in saying, I think you're chatting rubbish, or I think you're a liar, or I disagree. Why do you disagree, bruv?
I'm hearing you. Trust me.
I'll delete your comment in my comment.
No, trust me, man. Trust me.
What's wrong with you, fam?
But you, though.
I feel like, obviously, social media isn't really my forte, but obviously this year, for real. But obviously coming out of my comfort zone, I think it's important. Obviously in life, I feel like it's good to be uncomfortable sometimes. So I'll probably say I don't know how I'll handle it because I've never really. I've always mostly been in my own bubble, so I'll just have to see how it goes. Obviously, let the man them know what the situation is, how I should handle it. But I feel like I'm looking forward to dealing with them kind of situations, just to see what I'm like, what I'm made of, like if I'm really comfy in my own skin, if I can really defend my opinions with my chest. So no, I'm looking forward to that.
What did you put yourself in a social bubble, like away from everyone on purpose, or? Yeah. Sometimes on purpose. Sometimes it's just natural. But when did it start? Like, was it from time or?
From time, yeah, from young, like. But I don't think it's a thing that I decided to do. It just happened, and I feel like being isolated is kind of my way of dealing with things. So if something's getting too much for me, I'll kind of just walk out. You won't really hear from me for a while. So, but obviously with this, I don't think that's the best way. Like, let's say something happens, I say something, and then there's a reaction, and I'm just going to I have to kind of like come and speak.
But that's a question though, because I can't lie, like sometimes, if I'm gonna say something,
you're just gonna say it.
I'm gonna just say it and leave.
Oh, and you just don't really care about the fact
Just leave it there. Leave it there.
Keep it there.
There.
You want to talk about it, talk about it.
Got that video he was fixing the GC.
Nah, sometimes
But you know what it is though? I feel like with you anyway, even if you're not gonna address it on social, just like you lot chat your shit over there. But when I next come on the pods, I'll explain myself. And if you don't want to hear it, you can hear it. If you don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it.
That's one thing though. Like I was gonna, I mean, I feel like with other people, you know, your interpretation of yourself isn't their responsibility. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what you think of me, I'm not responsible for, innit? Like, if you take what you take from me, that's fine.
That's your own, innit?
Do you get what I'm saying? If you're willing to listen to me, like I said, obviously, listening to someone is a choice. If you don't want to hear what I'm saying, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, you also got to be, you can't be bothered with things, but there's some things you just have to be like, okay, calm.
And I feel like even more time, when people start agreeing and start drawing you out and that, your head is just hot. So anything I do say in that moment, you're going to hate me even more. So I'd rather just cool. Next week, Friday, when I might record something, I'm calm, I'm collected. I've seen all the nonsense you are saying. I'll address it.
I feel like it's better here because if you address it in the moment, the person you're arguing with isn't really trying to hear what you're saying anyway. They're just coming, they're just coming at you like they're gunning for you. But here's like, something happens, will give each man the opportunity to really say what they mean and articulate it properly. Whereas in the moment, you're just shouting, you're just hot, just angry. So
I think that goes back to what Essay was saying as well. Like arguing with people, it's not just everyone and anyone. Do you get? Like, I can have a good argument with you, man, and you man might not agree with me. Like, we have similar opinions. I think that's why we all get along. Do you get? But I can argue with G1, for example, and he would tell me like, nah, bro. Do you get? But somebody else, they'll come and chat about it later. Do you get?
This Rachel, 500, 900, 800, no profile picture. Just coming talking.
I was thinking, I'm thinking, yo, trying to call Brad.
if you're listening, Brad still.
Nah, I'm about to go and search.
Oh my God! I think who's Rachel? Who did my boy bad?
All them are non-counts. Now come to me face to face. Come to me as a man. Go on. What you got to say? Do you get? Because we're not going to say anything rash or out of the blue, innit? So if you do have...
These guys will
do you get it?
If I say something rash, I know the guys are going to come from Guerin.
But more time, I feel like if you did say something rash, even us here will be like...
Edit, cut that out.
You just hit beat.
But nah, man, I feel like with all of that, you know, stepping into the industry, if you love the industry, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But you have to understand, I feel like in any game of this, it could be clothing line, it could be anything you want to start. There's always going to be a different voice. And just handling other voices, just in general. Handling the negative and handling the positive. But at the same time, if all of it is worth it at the end of the day, then you won't stop. Do you get it? Like, so that's why I kind of love my people, man. I love my controversial people. Because I'm not always going to be right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can't always be right. And you never hide away from stuff like that, man. Never hide away from the criticism. Like, don't do that. Because there's going to be one day, all of it's coming to you, kind of like, how do I deal with it? You know what I mean? So
you can start dealing it from early, you're good. When
exactly. That's why I feel like, I'm not going to say I'm set, but I'm ready for the day still. Like, I want it to come. Because it's going to be long still.
I've got a question though. Seeing that it's first episode and like what's you lot's reasons for wanting to do a pod or be a part of a podcast? Or should I go first?
Talk to me, bro.
I feel like my personal reason anyway is it's just you lot, I can actually just talk. Even though like whoever watches it, I can just say what I want to say. Like, it's my personal diary. Do you get it?
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm going through, whatever my mind's going through, I can just express that. Yeah. And whoever it relates to it. You lot just watch the pod, and if you don't hear the little gems and whatever, you hear it. That's one thing anyway. Second thing is I just like listen to podcasts. That fam, the first thing every Monday morning, 90s Baby Show. I'm on there. I'm watching it.
What, they release Monday morning?
Yeah, Monday morning. That's on YouTube anyway, but podcast. I think on Spotify is...
You're a real fan.
You're a real fan. But I know Monday, my notification's on. I'm watching that, do you get? And I feel like if I'm just... All I'm watching is podcast, time just make it on. Yeah. Or even some minor stuff like, fam, Kenzo can call me. We're just talking about whatever. Next thing you know, we're now doing 45 minutes about... like, do you get? So I feel like I've got something valuable to say, but I feel like that's just the gist of it. Like, just to get what's ever on my mind, innit?
Making sense. No, me... I feel like, same reason as well, obviously. Shout my guy for CEO. Put me onto a podcast, innit? Ever since I never looked back. I never looked back, I'll be real, man. Because I always felt like I was always looking for something to hear. Do you get like an opinion? Do you get? And I was finding it small, them little conversations. And obviously it was 90s Baby I got put on first. and I'm seeing like, cool, these they're like brothers, innit?
Fred and Timmy, my older brothers, I swear down.
And I've got them brothers here, do you get? So I need to talk, so why not? And obviously, for that second year as well, like I feel like I don't talk about everything, innit? So I feel like eventually, by doing this, I will eventually like open up myself a little bit more, do you get? Like there's a lot of stuff that's closed off about me. You man can know, you man might not know, but I feel like it's just like, expressing myself and obviously to keep track of what I'm doing, because I feel like as we talk, we'll be talking about things in time with the world, innit? So just to keep track of what I know.
10 years later, like, oh shit, back in the day, I was only at this point.
This 10 years, I'm going to say this is the beginning and this is what I knew, and I know so much 10 years later. But
obviously you two obviously covered a lot of things that I agree with. I'd probably say I have a lot of things on my mind that I want to just let out regularly. So I feel like this is a good opportunity. Like I said before, coming out my comfort zone, just speaking in front of a camera for people to see. It's like, I feel like it will be a good experience, good thing to learn from. Like you said, personal diary, how I was thinking at this age versus whenever we decide you get. And yeah, like I feel like there's a lot of topics that I want to speak on that I don't really speak on just because I just keep it to myself. So it's a good platform to do that. A lot of messages I want to put out to maybe like if we have a younger audience listening as well, that I wish I heard when I was younger. That's an
Big
important thing.
never had, man. Trust
Exactly.
me.
So that's
we're here to be brothers, man. We're here to.
That's what these podcasts do for me. Like 3 shots.
Yeah, man.
3 shots and 90s baby.
All of them. Like,
the older brothers I've always wanted.
exactly.
Like, trust
Yeah.
me.
So I feel like
Big
that's
up them,
important.
If you're not watching.
For real, man. But yeah, that's me still.
Yeah, Luther.
I feel like for me, I can't lie. I feel like it's been overdue, man.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, I
though,
feel like
nah.
it's overdue.
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you guys know me from college and that I was doing talk shows, I was doing a lot of it. Do you know what I mean? I always wanted to speak. So for me, I feel like this. I've got obviously projects in it that are coming, but again, this is all to document the journey. Kind of just compare mindsets from now. Do you know what I mean? And just growing up with people and again spreading that influence in any way possible. Understanding the volume in my voice because I know there's volume from all of us. And again, we're going to talk about topics that we feel like you wouldn't be talking about. And yeah, man, I feel like again, but using any platform accessible. So
there's no limit in it.
Understanding the volume of the voice still, it's the only way, trust
We're
me.
in there, man.
But quickly, like this year, obviously it's fresh, even though January's been dragging a bit. What's like any goals, plans you have for when we're at the end of the year?
That's a good question as well.
Probably say,
Good question.
for real, probably say, RJ.
Yenko, man.
Obviously,
Diablo.
the end of the year, hopefully podcast. Diablo. Now, obviously, I want this to blow as well.
Amen.
Big following. I want the man them to do their thing, whatever they've got going on. But for me, probably say the things I'm working on the side outside of my degree. Like I said, I'm not really focused on the money that it's making me, but more like the skill. So that by the time I've graduated and I've got a proper income, steady income.
You can't be doing big
Exactly. And I know what I'm doing with the money. It's not like I'm just learning on the fly. Do you get? Like that's what now is for. Just learning, take some losses, firm it, and then
Charge it to the
perfecting
game,
that.
Charge it to the game.
Exactly. Charge it. But yeah, and then obviously family as well. Make sure family's good. Be more like come out of this bubble that I keep myself in. That's another thing I want to do.
I think that's one thing about all of us. Though. I feel like we all have different personalities. You get I'm very outgoing with it. I was very closing, so it's like again I feel like we'll be able to relate to a lot of people out here, man.
No, definitely. 4 different audiences, I like.
For real.
4 F4s. But 2021, I feel like the word I've been hearing from the beginning, SA knows financial stability.
Literally.
I've watched too many documentaries in it, and the word that even for people that are higher above me, they want financial stability. Do you get?
Yeah.
And I therefore know I want like I'm always up and down. I all know we're always up and down, different moments. Money's good, money's not. Do you get? But I feel like financial stability. That's one thing I really want to get this year. Obviously, like uni. I'm not really too sure on my goals. Financial stability was just like the main goal.
Yeah.
And obviously, I always feel like people can always say, "Oh, money doesn't buy you happiness. Money this, money that." I feel like for me anyway, I'm better and I'm more comfortable when money is okay. When I'm just stable. I'm not saying I need from £2,000. I just want to be stable. Do you get? And stable. That's a very like it might mean something to me. It might mean something to S. It might mean something to you. Do you get?
Yeah.
But as long as I know what stable means to me and I've got that, then I know I'll be good. To get this, that's a weight taken off me that I can freely go about and do my thing, innit?
Nah,
so I think all of it just comes into one.
Trust me.
Me, yeah.
Yeah, trust me.
I feel like this year is just literally about my clothing line. Like just pushing it consistently, and I don't think I've had a year in my clothing line when I've just been from January straight to December. I've been banging in it. So yeah, I just want to just push that. To be fair, just push that and all the investments and the trade and anyways. But that's all it is. To be fair, it's just my clothing. I think that's my main priority this year. I'll be real.
For me, I feel like in all aspects, obviously the football is number one. Always be number one. Keep pushing, keep thriving. I feel like even in football, I'm starting to understand a bit more how I learn in it. But that also comes with age as well. And obviously push. Obviously, I got my sponsor in it, so Perspective UK. We're trying to load some content, and we just hope that it just rises. But I think most importantly, because now I always had, I think before in recent years, I've always been on socials, then come off socials. Been on socials, come off socials, 5 months, whatever, on off for 5 months, whatever. So now that I know I'm here for the game, I'm here for it. I need to become an influencer, not influencer. If I'm gonna be on the socials, I'm gonna be on the socials. Do you get? If I'm gonna be on the socials, I'm gonna monetize it to the max. That means obviously more content in all aspects. You know what I mean? Just being comfortable in the own skin, because I feel like Instagram for me has always just been an image thing. And more time I'm gonna try to influence the people as well and kind of just use my Instagram more as a portfolio than more just as a here's what I got. Here's much I've spent on this. Do you get what I'm saying? Just using it wisely, utilizing all socials wisely, man. Because there's definitely, people kind of look on these things. You know what I mean? If you're trying to connect with people and that, and just because there's no time for games no more. Like, I'll be real, there's no time for games and that. The way you utilize anything and the way you come across, of course, and just working on the law of attraction. So the socials on the handle.
But no, I was even saying the whole we're gonna get followings. We're gonna have a social platform. You can't run away from it. You get
exactly.
But
so it's just about influencing every aspect possible as well.
Even this year, like I even said to myself, like I'm keeping myself to myself, innit? Because 2020, I think I was trying to please a lot of people, and it was long, innit? So I feel like I said to myself, 2021, I'm really in my own bag. Like, do you get? But obviously, sometimes you can't always do that. But I think I'm managing though. Personally, say I'm managing. You can balance it still. It's not always shy away from it, balance it. But yeah.
No, I think I can't like 2020 or even just being the age I was last year.
I don't kill me.
Being the age I was last year, I think.
Yes, I need to do that. So.
Can we just check if?
Yes. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Let's finish that up and then
Yeah. I think the one thing that the age I was last year was my best year. Do you get? But I feel like that's because of how much I dedicated myself to the game.
No, I'm good. I apologize.
Obviously, just how much I dedicated myself to the game, and I feel like I was just.
Bro, land, bro. I feel
like I was focused and disciplined, innit? So, again, you kind of just go through.
Bro, I promise, please.
No, but if
land
you
it.
Don't
Wait, he's watching me.
Bro, can you land it, please?
Land it.
But nah, man. It's just about taking through the years, innit? Taking experiences and just moving on. Because at the end, you're just trying to be the best version of yourself all the time. So you can't just be settling on what you did last year. You just have to, if whatever you're doing last year, double it, triple it. You get? Because at the end, there you understand the layers within the skin, and you just through those layers, you just become the best version of yourself. If you don't,
No, bro.
I'm not involved.
Don't say you're not involved.
No, I'm a bit lit.
Nah, man.
Get me lit.
Yeah, man. Trust me.
Nah, it's been a good one.
Well, wait,
Still,
hold on. Are we done? Or you can ask him for. Do you want the 30 minutes or not? Do we need it? Do you think?
What, we can get an extra 30?
Don't know. I feel like just tell me to go when it's time to go.
Yeah, when he comes, like.
Yeah.
first,
Well,
then
we're
just
done.
But I was gonna say, just
Is it
plug
still-
in it, then.
yeah, plug yourselves quickly.
No, you're still recording.
What about your thing? Yeah, it's recording. Like, I can see it. Yeah. I was saying, just plug it so that obviously if it does end, it ends in it. But we can add this like before the yeah. So obviously, yeah, like whatever you got going on in it, like all your perspectives and Luther and socials and plug yourself, bro.
So the Instagram is one underscore.
Sorry.
No, if this okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like, go on.
Don't mind.
Listen, my name is Guerin Lufanimi. The Instagram is one Ufa underscore. Check the LinkedIn Guerin underscore Lufa. I mean Guerin Lufanimi as well. And they obviously I run with my sponsor. I've got a sponsor that I have, and we work together almost like my mentor. We're just trying to grow the page Perspective UK together. Obviously, we're working on some things, some projects coming up. That's me. Still, trust me.
4CO on Insta and Twitter.
Four.
4CEYO. Obviously, most of my stuff is personal, like the stuff I'm doing on the side. But obviously, you might hear about it in future episodes. But yeah.
Myself, one Kenz __. That's on Insta. That's on Twitter. That's on Clubhouse. Nothing to really promote too tough, but yeah, that's where you can find me at store.
My Insta, Twitter, SAA01__. That's me personally, and then I've got my clothing line at AIYEKAN.
the back, bro.
Oh yeah, no.
That's the sound of
Nah, it's all on the web, Instagram, the website. It's even sold out, so I don't really want to show it. But yeah, Iocon's there is active. Follow that, like, comment, whatever, purchase. Appreciate all the support. Literally. Got hats and tracksuits coming soon, so do that off.
But obviously, just to carry on that, you see 2021, do you feel like it'd be a repeat of 2020 in aspects
hope
of
it is,